Welcome to Lyndale Park, first proposed as a garden of trees, shrubs, and flowers in 1907 by then Minneapolis Park and Recreation Board Superintendent Theodore Wirth. It was not until 1910 when the first trees and shrubs were planted. By 1915, the bulk of the collection was installed. Determined to prove that Minnesotans could grow roses, the rose garden was also the vision of Theodore Wirth. Constructed in 1907 and planted in 1908, Lyndale Park's Rose Garden is the second oldest public rose garden in the United States. Today, the Rose Garden consists of 62 central beds and border beds along the interior and exterior perimeter. The first peak of blooms typically occurs in mid to late June, with flowers continuing into October. Colors are enhanced by cooler weather, making September an ideal time to visit. The perennial and annual display gardens were intended and designed as an addition to the Rose Garden in 1963. The perennial plants in the borders are semi-permanent. However, the annual displays are yearly designed and created by the horticulture staff. Exciting annual varieties, edible plants, and color combinations contribute to the dynamic atmosphere of these gardens. The border garden beds, laid out in traditional border style, have a serpentine hedge softening the backside. The rectangular annual beds in the adjacent turf feature several layers of plants designated by height. In 1998, the Rock Garden was formally renamed the Peace Garden and designated an International Peace Site on May 5, 1999. Because the Japanese believed that evil travels in a straight line, the Peace Bridge guides visitors into changing direction. Inscribed stone pillars from Hiroshima and Nagasaki are located at each end. Exhibiting unusual conifers and alpine plants from some of the most peaceful places on Earth, these gardens also host seasonal displays of flowers. Snow accentuates the texture and form of the evergreens and rocks, making the Peace Garden enjoyable all year long. Tucked into the northwest corner of Lyndale Park are the hummingbird and butterfly gardens. Past and current All-American selection winners are planted, along with annuals and perennials that are selected for their food and habitat properties. All-American selections honored this garden in 2009 with an Exemplary Education Award for the Minneapolis Park and Recreation Board's continuing work with children interested in gardening. The Men and Women's Garden Club of Minneapolis designs, maintains, and donates the gardens along the northern edge of the park. The varieties of low-maintenance and hardy perennials, shrubs, and ornamental grasses selected can be dependably grown at home in one's own yard.